Hi students, very good morning. So today we'll start a new chapter, that is binomial theory. Okay. So last class we completed sequence and series. Go through all the questions remaining. So binomial theorem. When we use this binomial theorem, so whenever we need the expansion of like a plus b whole power n, when we need to expand binomial, so binomial means expansion of these two terms, either a plus b or x plus y or a minus b raised to power n. So when we need to expand this a plus b whole power n, when the power is small, like a plus b whole square or a plus b whole cube or a plus b whole power 4. So using basic formulas, we know the expansion. But when power is large, like a plus b whole power 10 or a plus b whole power 50, so expansion of this when power is large will be complex and difficult. So in such case, we will be using this binomial theorem for the expansion when the power is large. Okay. So here binomial theorem, first we will discuss whenever the power is integer. So let us take the power n is a positive integer, right? N be a positive integer, let n be a positive integer, then a plus b whole power n. Now when n is suppose negative or fractional, then how to expand, that we will see later. So first we are considering the power is or index is a positive integer. So a plus b whole power n, according to binomial theorem, this can be written as nc naught a power n plus nc1 a power n minus 1 into b plus nc2 a power n minus 2 into b square and so on. In general, we can write ncr a power n minus r into b power r and so on. The last term will be ncn into b power n. This is the binomial expansion a plus b whole power n. Okay. So you have to remember this expansion formula. Now in this expansion, there are some observations which we can make. So what we observe here. Now one observation is, in this expanded form, we are having the coefficients nc0, nc1, nc2 up to ncr and then up to ncn. So these are called as constants which are called binomial coefficients. Okay. So one observation is nc0, nc1, nc2 up to ncn. Okay. So these constants are called binomial coefficients. These are called as binomial coefficients. Now these binomial coefficients can also be denoted as C0, C1, C2 up to Cn. So mostly when we are solving the problems, this type of notation will be used C0, C1, C2 up to Cn. So the meaning of these terms is C0 means NC0, C1 means NC1, C2 means NC2 up to Cn means it is NCn. So these are called as binomial coefficients. Then in each of these terms, if you observe, the power of A, it keep on reducing by 1. The power of A is reducing by 1, and whereas the power of B is increased by 1. Okay? The power of B increases by 1, whereas the power of A decreases by 1. That is one more observation. And moreover, in each of these terms, if you observe the powers of A and B, in each of the terms, if you observe the powers of A and B, their sum is always same. So if you observe what is the sum of powers here, n minus 2 plus 2, it is n. n minus 1 plus 1, it is n. Here we have only n. So the sum of powers of a and b, it is always same, which is equal to n, that is the index of our expansion. Okay, so there is one more observation which we can make here. And suppose if we need some term in the expansion, okay, here the power is n. Now when power is n, what will be the number of terms in the expansion? Okay, number of terms in the expansion. So how many terms we are having in the expansion? You can observe here NC0, NC1, NC2 up to NCn. So starting from 0 up to n, we are having n plus 1 terms. So in the expanded form of a plus b whole power n, we are having n plus 1 terms. This is one more observation which we can make. And suppose if I want to find some particular term in the expansion, okay, suppose power is given 20. So power 20 means we are having 21 terms. Now in that 21 terms, suppose if I want to find what is the 15th term, I want to find what is the 15th term. Now in that case, do we have to expand all the terms and find what is the 15th term? Again it will be lengthy. So in such case, we will use one formula, that is the general term. So using the general term, now directly we can find whatever the term required. Okay, so here the general term in the expansion divided by TR plus 1. Okay, this is the general term TR plus 1. In this expansion, a plus b whole power n is written as NCR a power n minus r into b power r. Okay, so using this general term, now we can find any term that is required directly without expanding all the terms. Okay, suppose if I want to find in the expansion a plus b whole power 20, I want to find what is the 15th term, T15. Now we can find T15 using this general term formula. Now general term formula always write in form T r plus 1. So plus 1 is compulsory. Now this 15 can be written as T 14 plus 1. Now it is in the form T r plus 1, which can be written as NCR. N means 20 here, so 20C 14 a power 20 minus 14 b power 14. So it is 20C 14 a power 6 into b power 14. So that will be the 15th term required in the expansion of a plus b whole power 20. Okay, so this is important for solving most of the problems. We will be using this general term formula. Okay, so TR plus 1, which can be written as NCR into a power n minus r into b power r. So these are some observations which can be made from the expansion of binomial a plus b whole power n. Right? Thanks. So if I replace b with minus b, then see what is the expansion we get? Replacing b with minus b, then we get expansion for a minus b whole power n, which can be written as NC0 a power n. Replacing b with minus b, minus into plus will become minus NC1 a power n minus 1 into b. Replacing b with minus b whole square is plus b square, it is plus only, and so on. Replacing b with minus b will be minus 1 power r NCR a power n minus r into b power r, and the last term minus b power n means minus 1 power n into NCn into b power n. So this is the expansion for a minus b whole power n. So what we are doing is just replace b with the minus b. then we get the expansion. Okay. Now in this expansion, you can see that a minus b whole power n, we are getting alternate positive negative terms. Okay, plus minus and so on. Okay, so compared to a plus b whole power n, a minus b whole power n is having alternately positive and negative terms. Okay, now sometimes we need the expansion of a plus b whole power n plus a minus b whole power n, or a plus b whole power n minus a minus b whole power n. So if I take sum of these two and then difference of these two, see what is the expanded forms we get. If I add, then we get a plus b whole power n plus a minus b whole power n. Now adding this, negative terms will get cancelled. Okay, so only positive terms remains, and these are 2 times. Both the terms are same. So adding them, we get 2 times of each of these terms. Taking 2 common will be nc naught a power n plus this terms will get cancelled. So nc2 a power n minus 2 b square. Next nc4 a power n minus 4 b power 4 and so on. Now depending on n, we'll get the last terms. So this is when we add. So if we are adding, you can observe which type of binomial coefficients we are getting. We are getting the even coefficients. Okay, so even binomial coefficients we are getting by adding these two. If I subtract a plus b whole power n minus of a minus b whole power n. So subtracting means negative will become positive, positive will become negative. So these terms will get cancelled. Now negative terms will become positive and they get added 2 times. So we'll get 2 times of nc1 a power n minus 1 into b, nc3 a power n minus 3 into b cube, nc5 a power n minus 5 into b power 5 and so on. Again depending on n value, we will get the last terms. Okay. So this is the addition and subtraction of these two expansions, a plus b whole power n and then a minus b whole power n. Okay. Next. So as we are saying, when the power n is n, so we are getting n plus 1 terms in the expansion. So in that expansion, sometimes we are interested in finding what is the middle term in the expansion. Okay, so how to find the middle terms in the expansion? Again, I will consider the expansion of a plus b whole power n. Now in that expansion, what will be the middle terms? Now, how many middle terms exist in an expansion? It depends on the index or power n. Okay? So, if n is even, if n is odd, then we will get different middle terms. For example, if I expand a plus b whole square, so we know a square plus 2ab plus b square, and a plus b whole cube, a cube 3a square b, 3ab square plus b cube minus. Now if you observe power is 2 and how many terms you are getting in the expansion? 3 terms are there in the expansion. Now out of these 3 terms, how many are middle terms? We are having only one middle term which is 2ab. Next, when the power is 3, we are having 4 terms in the expansion. Out of these 4 terms, how many are middle terms? Here we can see there is 2 middle terms in this expansion. So, depending on the power, we are having one middle term and sometimes we are having 2 middle terms. So, here we can see when power is even, we are getting only one middle term, and when the power is odd, we are getting 2 middle terms. Okay. So, now we consider 2 different cases depending on n even or n is odd. So middle terms, let n be an even number, let n be an even integer. So whenever n is an even integer, so clearly we are saying there exists only one middle term. When there exists only one middle term, given by t n by 2 plus 1. Okay, so the middle term is given by t n by 2 plus 1. So n by 2 plus 1th term is the middle term, the expansion a plus b whole power n whenever n is even. Okay, so you have to remember this formula, because when power is small we can write the terms and see what is the middle term, but whenever the power is large, now in such case writing all the terms and finding which one is the middle term is complex. So in such case you have to remember the formula for finding what is the middle term. So when it is even, n by 2 plus 1 term is the middle term. If n is odd, so whenever n is odd, then we get even number of terms in the expansion. Now even number of terms in the expansion means there exist two middle terms. N be an odd integer, then there exist two middle terms. Now these two middle terms are given by t n plus 1 by 2 and t n plus 3 by 2. So these are the two middle terms we get, n plus 1 by 2 term and then n plus 3 by 2 term. So we get two middle terms in this expansion. And how to find this term means, again we are using the general term formula. So using general term we can find what are the requirements. Okay, so these are formulas for finding the middle terms, the expansion of a plus b whole power n. Okay. Next, what will be the greatest binomial quotients in the expansion of a plus b whole power n? We are interested in finding the greatest binomial quotient. Greatest binomial quotient. So what will be the greatest binomial quotient out of all these coefficients? So what are the binomial quotients we have? NC0, NC1, NC2 up to NCn. So out of all these values, which value will be the greatest? Okay, so we know how to find the NCR value. So this is the expansion for NCR. It is n factorial divided by n factorial divided by n minus r factorial into r factorial. So using that formula we can find what is the NCR value. So out of all that values, which one will be the greatest? Okay, so here the middle term coefficient will be the greatest binomial quotient. Okay, so always middle term quotient is the greatest binomial quotient. Okay, so we can observe, take some expansion and see what are the binomial quotients. Now find that values. Now we can observe that out of all that values, middle term quotient will be the greatest binomial quotient. Okay, see for example, in the expansion, if I take x plus y whole power 4, so What is the expansion for x plus y whole power 4? It is 4c naught x power 4, 4c1 x power 3 y, 4c2 x square y square, 4c3 xy cube, 4c4 y power 4. Okay, this is the expansion of x plus y whole power 4. Now in this we are having the binomial coefficients 4c0, 4c1, 4c2, 4c3, 4c4. Now if we observe what are these expansion values, 4c0 is 1, x power 4, 4c1 is 4, x cube y, 4c2, so 4c2 is 4 into 3 by 2, 3 is 6, x square y square, 4c3 same as 4c1 which is 4, x by cube, 4c4 is 1 by power. So this is a simplified form of expansion x plus y whole power 4. Now in this expanded form, what is the greatest binomial coefficient? So here binomial coefficient is 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. So out of all this, the greatest binomial coefficient is 6, which is 4c2, and it is obtained in which term? You can observe there are total 5 terms in the expansion. So out of that 5 terms in the expansion, where we are getting the greatest binomial coefficient, it is obtained in the middle term. Okay, so middle term binomial coefficient will be the greatest binomial coefficient in any expansion we get. Okay, so try to remember this concept. Next, we'll see some more expansions. Now these expansions again will be used when we are solving the problems. Now we take some particular values for this a and b, then we get some more expansions. Okay, so I'll take a as 1 and b is x. Then what is the expansion we get? 1 plus x whole power n. Important expansion for solving problems. This will be used more. 1 plus x whole power n. So replacing a with 1 and b with x. So this is the expanded form we get. nc naught a power n. 1 power n is 1 only. Next, nc1 into x, because 1 power n minus 1 is 1 only, into b into x, plus nc2 1 power n minus 2 is 1 only, b square is x square, and so on. ncr 1 power n minus 1 is 1 into x power r, and so on. The last term will be ncn into x power n. Okay, so this is the expansion for 1 plus x whole power n. nc naught plus nc1 into x, nc2 into x square, nc3 into x cube, and so on. ncr into x power n minus r. Last term is ncn into x power n. Okay, so this is one expansion. Now in this expanded form, what is the general term derived? General term is tr plus 1 ncr into x power r. Okay, general term is tr plus 1, which is ncr into x power r. So if we want to find what is the coefficient of x power 10 in some expansion, so for finding coefficient of x power 10, we take r as 10, so t 10 plus 1, so 11th term will be required. Next, if I replace x with minus x, see what we get. 1 minus x whole power n. Replacing the x with minus x, it is nc naught, no extra is there. Now replacing x with minus x, we get minus nc1 into x, minus x whole square is plus only, plus nc2 x square, and so on. Now depending on r value, minus 1 power r, ncr into x power r, and so on. Last term, minus 1 power n into ncn into x power n. So replacing x with the minus x, we get another expansion 1 minus x whole power n. Okay. So again we can add these two and we can subtract these two. Then we get some more expansion formulas in terms of 1 plus x whole power n plus 1 minus x whole power n and 1 plus x whole power n minus 1 minus x whole power n. Okay. That we can observe here 1 plus x whole power n plus 1 minus x whole power n is adding these two. We get 2 times of nc naught plus nc2 x square nc4 x power 4 and so on. Again depending on n, we get the last terms. If I subtract these two, 1 plus x whole power n minus 1 minus x whole power n. Subtracting these two, we get again 2 times of nc1 into x, nc3 into x cube, nc5 into x power 5 and so on. So these are the expanded forms for 1 plus x whole power n, 1 minus x whole power n, adding them and then subtracting. Right? Now one more derivation we do using the expansion 1 plus x whole power n. Okay, let us see one more derivation. So we have expansion for 1 plus x whole power n like this. nc naught, nc1 into x, nc2 x square, nc3 x cube and so on. ncn x power n. This is the expansion. Now in this expansion, if I want to find what is the sum of binomial coefficients, okay, not only in this expansion, in any expansion, if I want to find what is the sum of coefficients or sum of binomial coefficients. Now here I am interested in finding the sum of binomial coefficients. So sum of binomial coefficients means nc0 plus nc1 plus nc2 up to ncn. How to find this value? Observe this expansion. We need nc0 plus nc1 plus nc2 plus nc3 up to plus ncn. So what should be the value of x we have to consider? We have to consider x as 1. Okay. So let us take x equal to 1. Then we get the sum of binomial coefficients. So let us take x equal to 1. So what is the expansion? 1 plus 1 whole power n is 2 power n. Okay. So 2 power n is nc0 plus nc1 into 1, nc2 into 2, 1 square is 1 again, plus nc3 and so on, ncn. So clearly we can see nc0 plus nc1 plus nc2 up to ncn. So this is the sum of binomial coefficients, which is 2 power n. Okay. So remember it as formula, the sum of all binomial coefficients. Sum of all binomial coefficients is equal to 2 to the power of n. Now this will be used when we are solving the problems. Sum of binomial coefficients is 2 power n. Okay. Next. In this again expansion, if I replace the x with minus 1, see what we get? Let us take x is minus 1. So replacing x with minus 1, we get 1 minus 1 is 0. So 0 power n is 0. So 0 equal to nc0 minus, because x is minus 1, nc1 minus 1 whole square is plus nc2 minus NC3 and so on. Depending on n value, so minus 1 power n into NC. So if you take the sum of binomial coefficients, it is 2 power n. But if you take alternately plus minus, okay, binomial coefficients we are taking alternate plus minus. So this summation is always 0. Okay. So this is one more thing we can study from the expansion 1 plus x 1 power n. Now these are two expansions. Let us take this as first equation and this is the second equation. Now observe from these two, again we can derive one more formula. If I add these two, so what is the terms we get? Adding 1 and 2 power n plus 0. So we get 2 power n is equal to adding plus minus we get cancelled. So we get 2 times of these terms, even coefficients. So 2 times of NC0 plus NC2, NC4 and so on. Again depending on n, we get the last terms. Now dividing 2, we get 2 power n minus 1. Now what are these coefficients? These are even binomial coefficients. So we can add one more formula for sum of even binomial coefficients. Okay. So this NC0, NC2, NC4 and so on. It is 2 power n minus 1. Dividing 2 power n by 2 is 2 power n minus 1. So this is the sum of even binomial coefficients. N minus by adding these two. Now similarly, if I subtract, see what will be getting? If I subtract 1 minus 2, subtracting again 2 power n minus 0, we get 2 power n. Now if I subtract even terms, we get cancel. Now we get odd terms. They are same as we get 2 times of odd coefficients NC1, NC3, NC5 and so on. So these are the sum of odd coefficients. And what is the sum of odd coefficients? It is again 2 power n divided by 2 power n minus 1. So we can enter one more formula. Sum of odd binomial coefficients. Sum of odd binomial coefficients. It is also 2 power n minus 1. So from these two, the sum of even binomial coefficients and the sum of odd binomial coefficients, can we write both are equal? Okay, so they will be equal. NC0, NC2 up to last one, which will be same as NC1, NC3, NC5 up to last one. Okay. So the sum of even binomial coefficients and the sum of odd binomial coefficients, it is one and the same. And if I take sum of all the coefficients, it is 2 power n. Okay. So this is the sum of the binomial coefficients, sum of even binomial coefficients, and then sum of odd binomial coefficients. Right. Now all these things we are writing from the expansion of 1 plus x to the power n. So that's why the expansion is important. Now we have seen what will be the greatest binomial coefficient. Okay, in some expansion given greatest binomial coefficient, it is obtained in the middle term. Now sometimes we are interested in finding the numerically greatest term in the expansion. Okay, now we study about numerically greatest term. So what is the difference between greatest binomial quotient and numerically greatest term? Okay, let us see a simple example. If I write expansion like 2 plus some 3x whole power 10. Okay, so what is the expansion for 2 plus 3x whole power n? We can write it is 10c0 2 power 10, 10c1 2 power 9 into 3x, 10c2 2 power 8 into 3x whole square, and so on. So these are the expanded terms we are getting. So what will be the last term? 10c10 3x whole power 10. This is the expansion of 2 plus 3x whole power 10. Now in this expansion, if I am interested in binomial coefficients, okay, I am interested in binomial coefficients. So binomial coefficient means we take only 10c0, 10c1, 10c2, 10c3 up to 10c10. Okay, this is the binomial coefficients. If I am interested in coefficients of terms, so coefficient of term means, do we have to take only the binomial coefficient? No. We have to consider the constant multiplied with this binomial coefficients. So what are the coefficients of terms means? This in the first case 10c0 into 2 power 10 is the coefficient. Next here 10c1 2 power 9 into 3. Next here 10c2 2 power 8 into 3 square, and so on. Now for the last term it is 10c10 into 3 power 10. X is the variable, 2, 3 are constants. So whenever we discuss about the coefficient of some term, it includes both binomial as well as the constant terms. Okay, so coefficients means you have to include the binomial coefficients as well as the constant terms. But in case of binomial coefficient means only we take the NCR values. So that is the difference between binomial coefficients and the coefficients of the terms. So in the previous discussion, we have taken greatest binomial coefficient which will be obtained in the middle term. So that already we know. But this numerically greatest term, it may not be obtained always in the middle term. Okay, so it may be last term, or sometimes it may be first term, or it can happen anywhere depending on the value of x and the powers and the coefficients. Okay, so numerically greatest term, we cannot always say that it will be obtained in the middle term. So how to get that numerically greatest term? So first what we do is, there are some formulas for finding the numerically greatest term, because directly we can't expand each of the terms, simplify the value and find that what will be the numerically greatest term. Okay, so here there are some formulas for finding the numerically greatest term. Now any expansion given, first you have to write the given expansion in the form 1 plus x whole power n. So consider the expansion. Consider the expansion 1 plus x whole power n. Now even if the expansion is not in this form, first you have to convert that into this form 1 plus x whole power n by taking some terms common. Okay. So in this expansion 1 plus x whole power n, the numerically greatest term will be obtained based on the value n plus 1 into mod x divided by mod x plus 1. It depends on the value n plus 1 into mod x divided by mod x plus 1. So here some value of x will be given, like 3 by 2 or x is 1 by 3, like this. Okay, so x value will be given, we know n, we know x. So find this value n plus 1 into mod x divided by mod x plus 1. If it is some integer p. Okay, if it is equal to p, where p is an integer, where p is an integer. So if it is integer, then there exist two numerically greatest terms. Then two numerically greatest terms exist. These are tp and tp plus 1 are the two numerically greatest terms. Okay, if it is integer, some integer p, then we are getting two numerically greatest terms, that is tp and tp plus 1. Now two numerically greatest terms means, numerically greatest means it should be the highest. Now there exist two greatest terms means both should be equal. So and here both these values are equal. So tp value modulus will be same as tp plus 1 value. So these are numerically greatest two values are existing means both values must be same. Okay. So depending on this value, if it is integer, we are getting two numerically greatest terms again which are both same. Now what if it is not an integer? Sometimes we get this as some fractional value. Now in such case, this is one case. Now see another case, if the value n plus 1 into mod x divided by mod x plus 1, if it is some fractional value, now again that fractional value we can divide into two parts, integer plus fractional value, where p is integer and f is the fractional part. So if this ratio is some integer plus fractional value, then there exists only one numerically greatest term, and the term is given by p plus 1 is the only numerically greatest term. So we are having only one numerically greatest term, and which is taken as p plus 1. So the numerically greatest term in a given expansion in the form 1 plus x whole power n, it depends on this ratio. Okay, so find this value n plus 1 into mod x divided by mod x plus 1. If it is directly integer, we have two middle terms, we have two numerically greatest terms. If it is integer plus a fractional value, we are having only one numerically greatest term, which is given by p plus 1. So this is formula based, we have to remember this. Okay. Next. Now as we have seen in the sum of binomial coefficients, sum of even binomial coefficients, sum of odd binomial coefficients. Now this we have seen in terms of only the binomial coefficients. Now how to find the sum of all the coefficients, or sum of coefficients of even powers of x and sum of coefficients of odd powers of x. Okay. So let us take a polynomial that f of x be a polynomial in terms of x. So polynomial function we are taking in terms of x. Now for this polynomial, we are interested in finding sum of all the coefficients, like sum of even powers of x, sum of coefficients of odd powers of x. So for that we have formulas. One formula is sum of all the coefficients. Sum of all the coefficients. Sum of all the coefficients is given by f of 1. So in the given polynomial f of x, let us replace x with 1. Then we get the sum of all the coefficients, which is f of 1. Next, sum of coefficients of even powers of x. Sum of coefficients of even powers of x. It is given by f of 1 plus f of minus 1 divided by 2. F of 1 plus f of minus 1 divided by 2. Next, the sum of coefficients of odd powers of x. Sum of coefficients of odd powers of x, it is given by f of 1 minus f of minus 1 divided by. Okay, so these are formulas for finding sum of all the coefficients, which is f of 1. Sum of coefficients of even powers of x, f of 1 plus f of minus 1 by 2. Sum of coefficients of odd powers of x is f of 1 minus f of minus 1 by 2. Now how do we get the formulas? Okay, let us take some polynomial f of x. Proof not related, just try to remember the formulas. Now observe that how we are getting this. Let us take f of x is some polynomial like a0, a1x square, a2x square, a3x cube. Suppose I take up to power 4. Okay, we can take up to power n, no problem. Now in this polynomial, we are writing in terms of x. So f of x we are writing like this. Now in this, if I want to find sum of all the coefficients, what is sum of all the coefficients means? Sum of all the coefficients. Remember, we are not discussing about binomial coefficients. Okay, it is about all the coefficients, so including constant also. So what are the coefficients here? A0 is coefficient, A1 is coefficient, A2, A3, A4. So these are the coefficients. What is their sum? A0 plus A1 plus A2, A3, A4. So this is the sum of all the coefficients. How to obtain the sum of all these coefficients whenever f of x is given? Not only in this expansion, any expansion given. How to obtain the sum of all the coefficients? So what I have to do is, I have to replace x with 1. Just replace the variable with 1, then we get the sum of all the coefficients. So replacing variable with 1 means it is nothing but f of 1. Replacing variable x with 1 is, it is nothing but f of 1. Okay. So this is the formula for finding sum of all the coefficients. Replace the variable with the 1. Next, sum of coefficients of even powers of x. How to obtain the sum of coefficients of even powers of x? Now for that, what I do is, I will find f of minus 1 also. Okay. So here what is f of minus 1? Replace the x with minus 1. It is a0 minus a1 plus a2 minus a3 plus a4. Replacing x with the minus 1. So this is f of minus 1. And here we have f of 1. So this is equation 1. This is equation 2. Now we are interested in finding the sum of coefficients of even powers. So what are the sum of coefficients of even powers of x means? a0, a2, a4. So we are interested in finding sum of these even powers of x. So to eliminate this odd powers of x. How to eliminate odd powers of x means, observe these two. If I add these two, 1 plus 2. f of 1 plus f of minus 1 is f of 1 plus f of minus 1 is, so adding 2 times of a naught, a1 is cancelled, so 2 times of a naught, then a2, then we get a4, so a1 is cancelled, a3 is cancelled, so dividing 2, what is a naught, a2, a4 is the sum of the even quotients of even powers of x, so sum of even powers of x. This is equal to, so dividing to f of 1 plus f of minus 1 divided by, okay, so we can get the sum of even powers of x by taking f of 1 plus f of minus 1 by 2. So if I want to find the sum of odd powers of x, now to get odd powers, that is a1, a3. So to get a1, a3, we have to subtract these two, f of 1 minus f of minus 1, then we get 2 times of odd quotients, so divided by 2, then we get f of 1 minus f of minus 1 divided by 2. Okay, so let us stop here. We will continue our discussion on theory in the next class. So go to up to here. Thank you.